Hey there, my dear hamster lovers and finance enthusiasts. Many of you have probably heard that to grow your stash, you need a kickin' portfolio, but how exactly do you do that? And nope, I'm not talking about a leather briefcase for your papers. It's that mix of investments that can multiply our moolah. To avoid losing our riches while exploring unknown lands, let's tune into the pros who've already nailed it. Here's a video I picked out for you today.
Where are you investing right now?
70% real estate,
Okay.
20% stocks, 10% cash reserves waiting to buy.
And the stocks, index funds or?
70% stocks, 15% ETF, 15% crypto.
What's your crypto total in relation to everything else? Like what percentage? That's gotta be like 2%.
Yeah, 2%. Yeah,
So of the 70% real estate, how much of that is rental versus business versus primary?
almost all of it's rental.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
What about your primary? Do you own
Like
that?
my personal?
Yeah.
I mortgage on it. Yeah.
Wow, now that's what I call smart diversification. I dig stocks and crypto, but the real estate part really caught my fancy. My neighbor was just saying he wants to move. Maybe I should offer to buy his burrow before he changes his mind. Obviously, investments are all about making and growing your cash. But having a strategy for timing and goals is super crucial too. That's why I suggest checking out insights from another finance guru.
What is the most effective way of making $1 million?
Depends on your skill set and the timeline. Because if you want to do it effectively over 30 years, it's going to be a lot less hassle, a lot easier than trying to do it in 5 years. One of my most viral clips on social media, I was talking to a kid, he called into the Ramsey show, he's 19. He said, how do I turn $100,000 into $1 million by the time I'm 25? I said, why are you trying to make 900 grand on your money in 5 or 6 years? He said, I don't know, it's just a question. There was no real goal behind it. It was out of fear. He just said, I need money now while I'm young because I'm scared I'm going to end up like my parents, or retire broke, or do something I hate. When it comes to that question, you've got to look at your motive behind it and the urgency behind it. And so for me, the way I actually did it, it took 9 years. I invested in my company 401k, 15%. I was debt-free with an emergency fund. Beyond that, I got a reasonable house, small mortgage, paid it off aggressively. That house appreciated in value, rolled that into the next house, kept investing 15%, and that's all I've done.
They say genius is simplicity. Making money is not just about the bucks. It's about setting goals and marching toward them, friends. That was a real burst of wisdom superpowers, and I hope today's videos hit the mark for you. Now I'm off to snack on some nutty cheese before I scout out more awesome vids for you. And remember, hamsters are power. One for all and all for one. Bye. See you next time. Hi, my dear CEOs and fellow hamsters. Today's video might make you question everything you thought you knew about wealth. Think you've got what it takes to be in the top 1%? Or that you've got property ownership all figured out? Well, from hidden realities to the wild wheel of real estate, I'm here to spill the secrets. Let's roll in. Ever wonder what it takes to gnaw your way up to the top 1%? Spoiler alert, it's a lot less than you'd think. You might even already be there. Curious to find out? Let's roll into the video and dig into the details.
Do you know how much money you have to make in order to be in the top 1% in worldwide terms?
Oh, worldwide
Yeah,
terms,
yeah,
it's a
because,
lower
well,
number.
we're not-
$53,000 a year?
It's 32. You make $32,000 a year, you're in the top 1%.
Yes.
Let's say you can have a meaningful life by adopting responsibility, but it's a heavy load. You got to be awake and alert and on your feet and moving towards something difficult. You have to have some self-control. You have to sacrifice in the present so that the future is better. It's complex. You have to integrate a lot. And when you take on some responsibility, your life has meaning. Think, I want a meaningful life. It's like, maybe you do, if you're willing to take on the responsibility. What's the alternative? Well, to garner a lot of unearned sympathy for your victimization position, and to at the same time take down the people who are willing to take more responsibility than you. It's a nasty game. So I know who the rich is. The rich is always someone who has more money than me. That's who the rich is. I don't put myself in that category, especially if I'm pursuing this victim mentality.
Oh, so if I make $32,000 a year, I'm hamster royalty now? Well, I still don't see any gold-plated wheels or a butler to fluff my fur, so something must have gone terribly wrong. Guess I'll give this whole meaningful life and sacrificing today for tomorrow thing a try. Sure, I could just play the poor me hamster, but where's the fun in that? Listen up, my rookies. If you think being a landlord is like having automatic snack refills, do I have a surprise for you? Take it from a hamster who's seen a few cage flips. Owning property means dealing with a lot more than just squeaky tenants. Ready to hear what they never tell you about the landlord life? Let's dive in.
I've owned over 2,000 pieces of real estate in my life. I've got several $100 million worth of real estate today. One thing I know for sure is if you tell me the renters are going to pay the payments for you, that tells me you've never managed rental property. That tells me you've never done it. That's 100%. You are a novice at best, an idiot at worst.
I got to say, Dave Ramsey has a point, and this is the truth. You may think that everything's going to go perfectly for you when you rent a property, but what you might not understand is that life happens. It doesn't mean you have a bad resident. It just means that life happens. People lose jobs. People get sick. There's all kinds of things that can go wrong, so just be prepared if you're buying real estate.
And here I thought being a landlord was all about wearing a fancy suit, chilling with a cocktail while the rent just rolls in. Turns out it's more like trying to keep a bunch of hamsters in line, each one trying to eat your stash and run off with your favorite wheel. The truth is coming in hot. For more wisdom, don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you in the next video. And remember, hamsters are power, one for all and all for one. Bye.